I got another Tip Tuesday video for you guys today, and in this video we're going to learn 3 or 4 new tips that might make your card counting practice go a little bit smoother and more efficient, so to make you a better card counter at the casino. But first off, welcome back to my channel. This is A1 Blackjack, the channel where we teach you how to count cards fast. So if that sounds good to you, stick around because I think this will make your practicing a little bit more efficient and you'll become a better card counter. All right, so you're going to need a double deck today. You can do this with any size deck actually, but I'm going to do it with some double deck and you can follow along if you want. All right, and the first tip is that you probably don't have cut cards. All right, so we're going to throw those off to the side, and instead of putting our cut card in, what I'm going to do is just count back 26 cards. All right, that's pretty good penetration for double deck. And I'm going to flip a card over. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26. And that 26 card will flip over. And then as I'm dealing and I get to that upside down card, I know that I would be done, and I can use the rest of those cards to help me see if my count was accurate or not. We'll talk about the accuracy with the count in our fourth tip. The next tip that I want to talk about is as you're dealing, let's say we're playing out these 3 spots when we're practicing. As you are dealing, there's a good chance that at least one of these hands is going to cancel. All right, and as you are counting this, I want you to teach you that you don't even want to say anything when you have a pair that cancels. So here I have a low card and a high card. Since those cancel each other out, my count currently is at 0. I'm not going to say anything here. I'm not just going to say 0, 0. Again, I'm just not going to do that. The reason why is you don't want to double count, especially let's say that it comes maybe later in the round like this. And so here my count is at D1, D2. I'm saying D for down or negative. So -1, -2. I'm not going to say -2 again because those cancel. All right. There's a good chance that you can mess that up. You can either double count. You could, potentially say the wrong number like that. And so by just skipping it, so I would say D1, D2, skip, skip, and then I can count this one be D3. By doing that, it seems like you're a little bit more accurate with your counting. All right. The other thing I want to teach you is, let's say I pull these back. All right. I'm not going to start counting until that second card drops. So even though the count is at what, D2 right here, I'm not counting it as D2. I haven't started counting at all, right? This is the beginning of a shoe. So I'm not starting counting until that second card drops. And now I can say D1, D2. Then I would say nothing, nothing, all right? And then this would be D3. There's 2 reasons for this. One, you don't start counting until that second card drops because there might be ones that cancel again, and you don't want to waste your brain power on, things that might cancel by having to count the first card and then the second card. That is at least double the amount of counting, if not more, because you can just skip them. So don't waste your brain power on something that might cancel later, right? The second reason for this is there might be someone that gets a blackjack, right? And those cards get swept away right away. So you can't wait until all the cards get played either, because you have to keep up with the dealer, right? As that second card gets played, again, I'll pull these back. All right. I am saying as soon as it comes down, I'm saying D1, D2, still D2, still D2, D3, so that as the dealer pulls the blackjack away, I have already counted that, right? I want to keep up with that so that I know I am at D3 right now. And then you can play out the rest of the hands, right? Even if it gets swept away like this, count's still at D3. That's another hit. Man, I'm doing too well there. So D3 and D4, and then you could go from there. All right, so we're going to put that into practice, and then I want to teach you there's a couple other levels that you can add to this drill. So let's put those in the back so we can get some new cards coming out. One level that we're going to do today is I am going to have a couple of ghost hands, all right? This one, and then I'm going to be paying out or playing this middle hand. We're just going to be betting $50, kind of flat betting as we go. All right, the next level you could maybe add a bet spread. Instead of flat betting, you could start at your minimum. As the count goes up, you can spread a little bit to those higher counts if you know about true count conversions and all that. Okay, another variation or kind of way to make this more difficult to level up is today I'm just going to be playing with basic strategy, but if you know your deviations, right, you can also play with your deviations as well. So there's multiple ways to kind of level this up. I'm just going to be playing basic strategy and paying out, I should say, just one spot with 2 ghost spots on the side. So let's apply those tips as we go here and see if we can count along. Notice I haven't started counting yet. All right, so the count's currently at 0. Now I'd say D1, still D1, and D2, right? I didn't count those because they cancel each other out. So the count's currently at D2, and then I'm just gonna be playing basic strategy from here. And D1, that's a hit. 0, that's a hit, a 1, and back to 0, okay? So my count is at 0 right now. Put another $50 out here, and we're going to apply these tips as we go still. So still at 0, 1, 0, I should say, 1, 2, and 3, okay? Stand. Oops, I don't have bets for those. 4, still 4. 3, 4, 5, and still 5. Oof, that's 20. Okay, our count is at +5 right now. Another 50 out there. 4, 3, 4. All right, counts at 4. Stand. Still 4. 5. And 4. Push. Counts at 4. 3, 2. 3, 2, no blackjack. Counts at 2, 3, 4, still 4, and still 4, still 4. Not doing too good here, so we can turn it around a little bit. Counts at 4. And 3, all those canceled. So counts at 3. 4, 5, and 6. 5, 4. Hey, 1. All right. Count is at 4. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. Ooh. All right, count is at 6. Wow, a lot of aces. Nice. A couple blackjacks. Oops, I wasn't counting 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And gotta sweep that one away. Congratulations. Sweep that one away. And now I can play. Oh, there's my upside down card. So it was at 1, now it's at 2. Stand. 3. And too many. All right, so I have a count at 3. All right, and then my last tip, this is one that you hopefully know from watching my videos, and that is that the rest of the cards should get us back to 0. So if I have a running count of 3, I can use these cards to count from 3 and get me hopefully back to 0. If I don't get to 0, then I did something incorrect, and I would need to keep practicing until I can get 0 every single time. So starting at 3, now it's at 4, 3, 2, still 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, Still 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 1. This has to be a high card, and it is to get me back to 0. All right, so I know that I was counting correctly there. Looks like we lost just a little bit, but sometimes, you know, that's how it goes when you're playing just one round. Anything could happen. But over the long run, we know that if we apply those strategies, and we're probably not just flat betting, but we're using a bet spread along with our deviations, then we will flip that edge that the casino has onto us. So hopefully these practice strategies helped you out. If it did, please hit the thumbs up down below for me. If you know of any other practice strategies that help you when you are practicing at home, please leave those down below in the comments. I'd love to hear those. Maybe if it's something I find interesting, I might even make a Tip Tuesday video about it in the future. Until next time, this is A1 Blackjack.